Like many of you, my gear started piling up and I knew I needed a storage solution, but I wanted it to look nice and also be functional. So like many do, I turned to YouTube for any inspiration and found Driven Films, DIY, metal shelving unit, and Austin Paul's overhaul of the tool bench. I wanted it to look modern with clean lines and found this one, but I did not want to pay $2,900. My original design was a hybrid of the shelving unit with the lower cabinet, but later found out it was just too much. I knew I needed a worktop to put together my camera, a charging station that could also be removable, covered storage to keep all of my stuff out of sight, at least one thin drawer to accommodate odds and ends, lighting, and of course a clean, modern look. I then turned to Marketplace looking for filing cabinets because I knew that they were built strong and also had drawers that could roll out with heavy-duty ball bearing rollers. I then found these two identical filing cabinets. They gave me the length, the height, and the depth I needed. Awesome. After getting them home, I cleaned them up, made my own paint booth to prepare for paint. For paint, I went with the Behr Premium Black Satin with the paint and primer in one. And for a rattle can, I think overall it turned out pretty well. I wanted something dark black but also have a low sheen, and I think it delivered that. Next was drilling a hole in each corner to bolt these together. Next was using a step-up drill bit to make holes to accommodate the legs. And for proper placement, I of course had to get creative to flatten that area. Next was drilling a hole for the outlet for my charging station. Then onto the top. I used a 1/2 inch piece of plywood with 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch trim for the edging, spray paint the edges, then onto the epoxy for the marine vinyl leather. Once it's set up, then you cut away the excess and good to go. Bam! All together now. The marine vinyl has the real leather look, which I think was a nice touch. And for the top, I left an overhang to accommodate the LED lighting, which I just used a standard cheap LED strip from Amazon. And now for the inside. With these made for files, they had these built-in rails, and I wanted to utilize them. And I found these plastic bins, but they weren't quite the right size. I actually had to rivet these rails toward the back to give me another 1/2 inch so that they would properly fit in place. Once I did that, it fit perfect. And you could actually slide them side to side if need be. And for my charging station, I went with a 5 inch deep bin that allowed me to put all of my cables down below, and these bin dividers I cut to separate the cables and act as the support for my piece of plywood up above. And the slots on the side work great for all of my charging cables to run up and plug directly into the boxes. Once I had the layout that I liked, I used a marker to go around the edge to make that black, and then I cut all of my strips of Velcro to length. The Velcro I used is a dual lock 3M Velcro, and I'll link that down below. It works great because they're strong and intended for repeated use, and I can move my chargers anywhere I want. And allows me to move things around if my needs change, if I add different batteries, and so on. I also used my step-up bit to cut holes for ventilation. And that wraps up this project. Because of the bins, I now have thin storage solution for odds and ends. I can move them side to side to access what's below, and have the bottom drawers to accommodate my larger boxes and extra items. Well, thanks for watching. I really enjoyed putting this project together, and I hope this inspires you to build or find creative solutions for your storage. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. Stay creative.